Rồi mía là nó
Over 1,600 dead and more than 3,000 injured. Those are the grim numbers emerging from Myanmar as a powerful 7.7 magnitude earthquake struck central Myanmar on March 28, 2025. The devastation is still unfolding, and these numbers are rising by the hour as rescue teams work tirelessly to locate survivors. The earthquake struck 16 kilometers north-northwest of Sagaing, near Mandalay, at a shallow depth of just 10 kilometers. This shallow depth meant that the quake was felt with shocking intensity, not only across Myanmar but also in neighboring countries like Thailand, India, and China. In Mandalay, Yangon, and other major cities, people fled their homes in panic as the streets shook violently. The ground cracked, roads buckled, and buildings trembled. It's no surprise that the death toll continues to climb as the destruction is widespread, and every moment brings new updates. The damage in Mandalay is heartbreaking. Entire structures have collapsed, glass shattered, and streets are now strewn with debris. Visible cracks are spreading through buildings that were once considered sturdy, and power lines are swaying dangerously above the wreckage. In the historic city of Bagan, the tragedy is even more profound. Ancient Buddhist temples and pagodas, which had withstood centuries, are now reduced to rubble. Some of the country's most beloved landmarks now gone forever. And the situation in Sagaing, the region closest to the epicenter, is nothing short of devastating. Multiple buildings have been flattened, leaving many trapped beneath the wreckage. Emergency services are scrambling, and the number of casualties continues to rise. The earthquake was caused by strike-slip faulting along the Sagaing Fault, a major geological feature marking the boundary between the Indian and Eurasian tectonic plates. This fault has long been a source of seismic activity in the region, and earthquakes of this magnitude are a reminder of the ongoing tectonic stress along this boundary. But the damage extends far beyond Myanmar. The quake sent shockwaves across Southeast Asia. In Thailand, it was felt more than 1,200 kilometers away in Bangkok, where skyscrapers swayed, causing mass evacuations. Office workers, residents, and even tourists rushed out into the streets as buildings trembled. The sight of high-rise buildings swaying for nearly a minute left many shaken, especially in Bangkok's Chatuchak district, where a 30-story building under construction collapsed, leading to numerous casualties. According to reports, at least 10 people were confirmed dead, including 8 workers at the collapsed construction site. Over 100 individuals were reported missing, with 68 injuries confirmed. Emergency services are actively engaged in rescue efforts, with 43 construction workers still unaccounted for. The incident prompted Thai authorities to declare Bangkok an emergency zone, mobilizing extensive resources to assist in rescue operations and provide aid to those affected.
น้ำไม่เด่นลงมาหมดเลย ดูแผ่นดินไหว โอ้ยอะไรวะเนี่ย
น้ำล้น น้ำล้น น้ำล้น
The whole building collapsed.
Holy shit.
Further north, in Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai, closer to Myanmar's border, the shaking was even stronger, causing light fixtures to swing, windows to rattle, and residents to panic. In India, tremors were felt as far as Assam, Manipur, Nagaland, and Mizoram, where people were left in fear as they reported noticeable shaking in their homes and offices. Even in Kolkata, workers felt the quake, leading to precautionary evacuations. In China's Yunnan province, people reported furniture moving and walls shaking, but fortunately, no major damage has been reported so far. Aftershocks continue to haunt the region, with magnitudes between 4.5 and 6.2, and they're expected to keep coming for days, keeping rescue teams on high alert and making already weakened structures even more dangerous. Authorities are urging people to stay away from heavily damaged buildings and to be ready for even more aftershocks. In the midst of all this chaos, international aid is pouring in from China, the United States, India, South Korea, Malaysia, and other nations, as teams of doctors, rescue workers, and humanitarian aid arrive to provide help.
There's been a very serious earthquake in Burma, Myanmar today, with up to several hundred killed. The military regime there has asked for help from anybody.
Yeah, we're going to be helping. We've already alerted the people. Yeah, it's terrible what's happened. We've already spoken with the country.
Rescue operations are ongoing, but it's clear that the road to recovery will be long. Myanmar lies along the Sagaing Fault, an area known for seismic activity, so earthquakes like this one are not uncommon. But the sheer scale of this devastation has left the country, and much of Southeast Asia, reeling. The full extent of the damage is still being assessed, and with each passing hour, the situation is growing more dire. As rescue operations intensify, it's clear that Myanmar's struggle isn't over yet. Collapsed buildings, injured survivors, and entire communities devastated. This will take time to rebuild, but the people of Myanmar are resilient, and they will rebuild. To the victims of this devastating earthquake, our hearts ache for the lives lost, for the families torn apart, and for the unimaginable grief felt by so many. You are not alone. The world stands with you in your sorrow, your strength, and your unwavering hope for recovery. We send our deepest condolences and our support, knowing that from the rubble, hope will rise once again. Stay with us as we continue to follow the latest updates from the region, where the death toll is still rising, and the rescue efforts are pushing forward despite the challenges. This is one of the most devastating earthquakes in recent history, and it's not over yet.